Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the new changes to the Rezakiri Dauntless trial. And oh boy, does this trial actually play quite a bit different. So let's take a look as to why that is. But let's also take a look at one of my recent videos. 55% of the watch time came from people who were not subscribed. And if that defines you, then you should probably hit that subscribe button. You know that subconscious feeling of guilt that you have after hearing me ask you to subscribe for like the 5th time and you're still not subscribed? That feeling of guilt does magically go away if you actually just hit that subscribe button. And I only ever make you feel this guilt because every subscription and every like on a video actually greatly helps the channel out. But enough of that, let's talk Rezakiri. Previously, Rezakiri Dauntless Trials had the Radiant Mollusks, Incandescent Incarceration, Aftershock, and Flaming Tail modifiers. But as we are going through all of the Dauntless Trials now only getting 2 modifiers to their name, the Flaming Tail modifier is the normal trial modifier, and then the Dauntless trial modifier is Incandescent Incarceration. Flaming Tail is quite obvious. When you get hit by the tail, you'll be caught on fire. And Incandescent Incarceration is the radiant prism that you get trapped in when you die. But as you can imagine, if you're going for a top trial time, this doesn't matter to you. So what this means is when you're going for a top trial time, the Dauntless Trials really only have one modifier, being Flaming Tail, and if you get hit, your run's likely over anyway. Except on Rezakiri trial here, you are likely running the Shroud unique effect, so you will actually want to take damage in the beginning, but you do want the damage to come from a particular attack anyway, so Flaming Tail basically becomes a non-factor as well. But let's talk about what got removed: Radiant Snails and Aftershock. Snails in general are an RNG modifier because they spawn at random points in the arena, and that could have meant that they spawned right underneath you, and that could have ruined your run in the past. But I believe for Rezakiri, you're pretty much always going to be running Pangar Lantern, so it usually ended up being a non-factor. But the Aftershock modifier being removed is actually huge, this being the shockwaves coming out of these slam-related attacks. Making sure your positioning was correct so you wouldn't get hit by Aftershocks was one of the key features of the Rezakiri Dauntless trial, and this gave it one of the highest barriers to entry of any of the Dauntless trial. But with this modifier removed and the Incandescent Incarceration and Flaming Tail modifiers being the only modifiers in the trial, this trial basically is just fighting a super tanky Rezakiri. But this trial will still be one of the harder trials for casual players, and it will be a little annoying for the speedrunners as well. It will still be harder for casual players because of the sheer amount of HP that Rezakiri has. And speedrunners should still find this trial annoying because of Rezakiri's famous RNG, where basically 50% of your runs are going to die to the first attack because Rezakiri did something different, and then a further number of your runs die because you wanted to take damage from a Radiant Skittle, but it didn't hit you. But for those runs that did make it past those first 10 seconds, the rest of the speedrun should be a little bit more consistent without the Aftershocks and the Snails. So overall, I would say Rezakiri trial did get slightly more enjoyable, and likely a lot more enjoyable for the casual player. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Once again, drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and I have been Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, and I will catch you guys next time.